Essential ingredients for success. 1. Hard work. The civil services exam is a syllabus-heavy, knowledge-intensive challenge, often called the mother of all written exams in India. No other competitive exam demands such extensive coverage. To succeed, you must gather vast knowledge across general studies, your optional subject, and newspapers. This requires hard work. There's no shortcut. Even the most intelligent candidate needs to put in the effort. Intelligence alone won't deliver the necessary depth. Interestingly, this exam favors the consistently hardworking over the naturally brilliant. A candidate of average intelligence who commits to relentless effort often outperforms a genius who doesn't. Look at top rankers. They're rarely the most gifted. They're the most dedicated. So, the first ingredient is a firm resolve to work hard, burn the midnight oil, and build your foundation step by step. 2. Intelligent hard work. Hard work alone isn't enough. Around 10 lakh candidates prepare diligently, yet only about 1,000 qualify annually. Why? Success demands intelligent hard work, effort with purpose, structure, and results. Blindly slogging away won't cut it. Your hard work must lead to flawless learning. What is flawless learning? It's learning with total clarity, deep understanding of concepts, not just surface familiarity, comprehensive coverage, mastering a topic fully, within its scope for the exam, effortless recall, recalling facts and insights at your fingertips, crucial for writing 4,000 words across 20 mains questions in 3 hours, up from 3,000 words pre-2013. For example, if you're studying simultaneous elections, flawless learning means grasping its meaning, advantages, disadvantages, political opposition, their justifications, and forming your own viewpoint, all tailored to UPSC's expectations. This isn't rote memorization. It's qualitative learning that sets your answers apart. Toppers achieve this. It's why they shine. Techniques for flawless learning. How do you build this quality over time? Here's the first technique. 1. Develop an inquiring mind. Success begins with curiosity. An inquiring mind asks questions: what, why, how, when, where, which, and seeks answers actively. It's an exploring mind that digs beyond the obvious to gain clarity. Consider Rudyard Kipling, who won the Nobel Prize in Literature. When asked how he succeeded, he credited his 6 honest servants. How, why, what, when, where, which. These questions, he said, helped him write uniquely. Similarly, Isaac Newton, a Nobel laureate in physics at age 40, attributed his achievements to his mother's encouragement to ask good questions from childhood. She'd ask daily, "What good question did you ask in class today?" This habit of questioning fueled his active learning and breakthroughs. For you, questioning is the bedrock of intellectual growth. Don't just accept facts, probe them. If you read India has a constitution, ask, what's a constitution? Why does India need one? Seek answers from teachers, books, or research. Be patient. Clarity builds gradually. After 6 to 8 weeks of practice, questioning becomes a habit. Your subconscious starts asking automatically, deepening your understanding. This bridges the gap between familiarity and understanding. Familiarity is knowing a topic vaguely. I've heard of it. Understanding is mastering it, able to explain it for an hour. An inquiring mind elevates you from passive recognition to active mastery, critical for UPSC. 2. Restructure knowledge in your mind. Beyond questioning, you need to process what you learn effectively. Over 2,000 years ago, Aristotle wrote about this in his essay on how to study. He emphasized restructuring, organizing knowledge in your mind with discernment, which means understanding what's essential and why. Imagine reading a textbook page with 40 sentences. Most people treat all 40 equally, but that's inefficient. Aristotle argued you should identify the relative importance of each sentence. Which ones carry the core ideas? Which are just explanations? For UPSC, you'll write answers in 250 words, not entire chapters, so you must pinpoint the essentials. Here's how to do it. Before reading, open your book and grab a pen. While reading, underline sentences with crucial points, the main arguments or facts. Number them by importance if needed. After reading, don't move to the next page yet. Close the book and mentally restructure those key points. Say 4 or 5 without looking. If you can't recall them, peek at the book, then try again. Repeat until you can restate them in your own words without aid. This isn't rote learning, it's understanding. Out of 40 sentences, you might underline 10 as critical. By focusing on those and restructuring them mentally, you transform vague familiarity into solid comprehension. For example, I prepare my lectures by staring at the ceiling, mentally ordering my main points and examples. This habit, developed over 6 to 8 weeks, boosts your learning quality significantly. Why does this work? The brain isn't a data warehouse. It stores limited information. When you read, knowledge soaks in. Restructuring lets it percolate and settle, leading to understanding. Without this pause, you're just skimming. Practice this daily, and you'll soon explain topics confidently to others. The role of note-making. Next, let's talk about note-making, an essential ingredient for success. The UPSC syllabus is vast. Without concise notes, you can't revise effectively. The brain forgets quickly, so repeated revisions, like booster shots, keep knowledge fresh. Notes make this manageable. Take inspiration from a 22-year-old who cracked IAS in his first attempt after graduating from Delhi University. His secret? He made notes for nearly every general studies and optional subject topic. For familiar subjects like polity or history, he revised 7 times. For new ones like economy or science, 10 times. With just 1 page of notes, he could speak for hours, proof of his mastery. How did he revise so often? He used notes everywhere, on trains, outside classrooms, revisiting them even amid noise. By the 4th or 5th revision, he needed little focus. A glance triggered recall. This effortless recall is vital for mains, where you must answer 20 questions in 3 hours without pausing to think too long. How to make notes? Combine this with restructuring. After mentally reordering a topic's key points 3 to 4 times, write them down in your final attempt. Use telegraphic language, short, pointed phrases, not elaborate paragraphs. These concise notes become your revision lifeline. Introduction to Indian Polity, the Constitution. Let's kick off Indian Polity with the Constitution, the only law-related topic in the UPSC syllabus. As a district magistrate or SP, you'll use the IPC or CRPC more, but UPSC prioritized the Constitution. Why? Let's explore its significance through its characteristics. 1. Supreme law of the land. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land. But what's law of the land? It's all laws governing a country, thousands of them, from the IPC to municipal bylaws. They fall into categories. Constitution, the top law. Statutory laws, made by Parliament or state legislatures, example, IPC, Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. Ordinances, temporary laws by the President or Governor, example, for emergencies. Judicial decisions, Supreme Court and High Court rulings, example, right to privacy from Article 21. International law, relevant parts, example, Indus Water Treaty. Bylaws, local rules by panchayats or municipalities. Rules and notifications, executive orders, example, Delhi pollution bans. Personal laws, community customs on marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, example, Hindu or Muslim laws. The Constitution reigns supreme, higher than all others. Statutory laws to personal laws must conform to it, or they're invalid. Why? If they clash, they're unconstitutional and void. This supremacy underscores its unique role in India's legal framework. We've established the Constitution as the supreme law of the land. Now, let's explore its other defining traits, that make it central to India's identity and governance. 2. Organic law. The Constitution is an organic law, a term meaning it provides the administrative structure for the country. It's the backbone of how India is governed, organizing power across 3 tiers. Central administration handles 98 subjects in the Union list, 7 schedule, like defense, railways, and foreign affairs, matters of national scope exclusive to the center. State administration oversees 61 subjects in the state list, such as police, agriculture, and land issues of regional importance. Local administration empowers panchayats with 29 subjects and municipalities with 18, like grassroots concerns, example, local roads, sanitation. Beyond this vertical division, it also sets a horizontal structure within each tier. Central level, executive, president, council of ministers, legislature, parliament, judiciary, Supreme Court. State level, executive, governor, council of ministers, legislature, state assemblies, judiciary, high courts, district courts. Local level, executive, panchayat presidents, mayors, legislature, elected panchayat municipal bodies, judiciary, gram nyayalayas, village courts. This elaborate framework ensures stability. Without it, India would fracture into chaos, smaller territories vying for control. The Constitution holds India together as a sovereign, functioning political unit, making it indispensable. 3. Ideals and aspirations of the people. The Constitution isn't just a rule book. It embodies the ideals and aspirations of India's people. When India gained independence, its citizens chose to form a sovereign nation with clear goals and values. These aren't in the IPC or CRPC. You find them in the Constitution, especially the preamble. Goals, aspirations, justice, social, economic, and political for all. Liberty, freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Equality, social and economic parity, erasing divides. Fraternity, a sense of oneness, uniting India's diverse people as siblings of the same soil. Values, ideals sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic, principles guiding how these goals are pursued. For example, justice isn't achieved through tyranny but via democracy and secularism. The Constitution spells out why India exists as it does and what it strives for, values, and aims no other law captures. 4. Special legal sanctity. The Constitution enjoys special legal sanctity, unlike other laws, statutory, ordinances, etc., which have mere legal validity. Why? It's the only legal instrument deriving power directly from the people. The preamble declares, "We, the people of India, establish this nation, granting the Constitution its authority." In a democracy, sovereignty rests with the people. The Constitution channels that power directly, while other entities, parliament, judiciary, executive, derive theirs from it, not the people themselves. For instance, Parliament's lawmaking supremacy exists because the Constitution says so. This direct link gives the Constitution a unique, elevated status. A student asked, "The Constituent Assembly wasn't directly elected by the people. Its members came from provincial assemblies. How can it represent the people?" Good question. Indira Gandhi's assassins raised this in court, arguing the Constitution lacks public sanction. The Supreme Court's response? It's a legal fiction, a conclusive assumption that the Constitution comes from the people, unquestionable in law. Why? Challenge this, and the Constitution collapses, India as a unified nation unravels. Northeast, South, every region could break away. So, while not a literal truth, it's a foundational belief ensuring India's integrity. You accept it, like accepting someone's claim of paternity at face value. 5. Citizenship, a legal bond. Finally, the Constitution establishes a legal relationship between the government and the people, citizenship. It defines who belongs to India and outlines mutual responsibilities. For instance, when the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, India evacuated its citizens from Ukraine, proof of this bond. Your passport symbolizes it, a tangible link obligating the government to protect you, especially abroad. These 5 traits, supremacy, organic structure, ideals, sanctity, citizenship, elevate the Constitution above all else. It's not just law, it's India's essence. Closing notes. We'll pick up regular polity teaching tomorrow. Today's timetable is with you. From Saturday, check the portal weekly. Online students, recorded lectures post the next day, watchable twice. Offline students, they're up by Sunday with a viewing limit. Thanks for your attention. We'll meet again tomorrow per the schedule.